So recently, I've discovered the most broken glitch in Genshin Impact. And this has to be the greatest bug ever discovered. And this is what I like to call the no NPC bug. It removes every NPC from the game. And not only that, it disables all teleport waypoints. So I found this while doing Traveler only, so please watch that video. This has to be the best bug that I've ever found. If you want to see how it's done, you can skip to this time code right up here. But if you just want to see what happens, well, keep watching. So the way the bug works is it puts you in special story mode. And originally, you're not supposed to leave the area, but due to some unforeseen game mechanics, you can still leave the area. It disables all the teleport waypoints, so your map is just completely blank. And if you ever die, it sends you back to the start of the game. And as I mentioned before, there is no NPCs. So just traveling around Mondstadt, it's just completely distorted. Even with Liyue, what once was a bustling harbor, now it's just a ghost town. It's really jarring to see all these areas that you normally see NPCs just have nobody in them. And whenever you pass one of these teleport waypoints, you can't activate them. All the Archon statues are just permanently disabled. They don't even heal you. If you ever find a door, you can't open it. And you can't even go in any domains. It has a lot of weird effects on certain scenery in the game. Like, for example, this area right here, which should be filled with water, just no longer has water, and it's just ground. And some other stuff is, if you ever go to Chasm, you can just go down to the bottom of the pit and just not get teleported. Because for some reason, this area acts as the domain, so it won't automatically use the game mechanics on you. Even with Enkonomiya, if you even jump down the water portal, you're just permanently trapped. You're just stuck. Rip bozo. All the world mechanics that normally work in the game just don't. Take, for example, Dragonspire. If you go to Dragonspire, you will not experience the freezing effect at all. Another weird thing that happens with this glitch is it disables a lot of the particles in the game. So you can finally see a lot of the game's scenery without a lot of the particle effects blocking it, which is actually really nice, as you can see a lot of these areas in the game that used to just be particle messes now you can see in full clarity. In Stormterror's lair, there used to be invisible force fields that would block you, but now you can just walk through them. They don't exist anymore. I think this is really interesting, as it allows you to go around Stormterror's lair without any of the dumb invisible walls blocking you. There's some other weird stuff. Like, for example, the desert no longer has the giant tornado that you see in the distance, and it no longer has the fog that you see on the side, and etc. If you ever go to Sarai Island, if you didn't disable the fog, there's just no fog anymore. So that's really interesting. Another interesting thing is that since these world mechanics are disabled, you can now do a non-stop ice bridge all the way to Inazuma. You used to be stopped by the lightning storm, but since all world mechanics are disabled, you can just go across. So I am officially now the first person to do a non-stop ice bridge from Liyue to Inazuma. And yeah, it's just so interesting how this bug plays out. In order to do the bug, one of the most important things is that you cannot have completed Sumeru Act 5, as this bug requires a certain section from that act in order to work. In Act 5, once you reach this segment where you have to play as Nilou, as soon as you get to this segment, you want to click the escape key and click right here in order to leave the domain. Once you leave the domain, you will be put in front of a door that says Enter House of Dea. Click on the door in order to enter, and then after 2 seconds, for me, it's when this Hydro icon pops up in the corner, force quit the game. Upon logging back in, you will be placed into the bugged state of the game with the party that you entered the door with. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to check out Traveler Only, as I worked a long time on it. And if you could, please subscribe. Thanks.